I can talk about the inspiration for the movie, which was Star Trek, which obviously was celebrated a lot this evening. And I wanted to do a story about a tyrant. In fact, it's quite odd, really, that we're in the fiction category, because we're a story about a misogynist bully with a bizarre haircut who's put into a position of authority he shouldn't be in. Never happen. But you know, it was wanting to do a story that subverted, that took a sort of a fairly cliched heroic story and subverted it. These guys made it very. I mean, because
These guys made it very.
They did. You did.
well, you guys had to freeze your asses off in Twickenham Studios in January, the week of Trump's inauguration, I think it was.
That's true.
It was a sad thing.
It was sad.
We were protesting on our days off
Yeah.
in London.
But the challenge of playing different Annabelle Jones, the challenge of playing, the challenge of being Annabelle Jones, the challenge of taking so many different levels of performance within your roles.
Sure, but that's not a challenge. Sorry, Kristen Milioti, Fox News, reporting live from the Creative Arts Emmys. No, I would never work for Fox News. But no, but that's part of the fun of it. I wouldn't say that's a challenge. I would say that's the best part.
Yeah, it's in this artful career. You're always Hi, Jimmy Simpson. Excuse me. You're always looking for someone who's gonna. Yeah. Who's going? I don't want to jump. Who's gonna test you? And then you're confronted with someone who's not only testing you, but they're testing you harder than you've ever been tested, because this group of producers and creators run on a level that I hadn't really seen, and I feel like they take storytelling to a whole nother level. And so yeah, it was a privilege, but it was so hard. It was the most beautiful difficulty thing.
I literally did not have a hard time for a second. I don't want to feel like I had a blast.
Yeah.
You've always wanted to captain a spaceship, though.
My whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I have met William Shatner once before in Britain when he hosted an episode of Have I Got News for You, which is a long-running comedy show in the UK, and I was a guest panelist, and it was the weirdest night of my life. He was brilliant. He had the audience eating out of his hand. But no, it was quite surreal to see Star Trek unfolding in 3D in front of us, and sort of sitting there. I was sitting there thinking, I hope they don't. Well, not that they'd have seen it, but I was thinking, I hope they don't think we were taking the piss, because I like to think we were paying homage.
Celebration.
It was an homage.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the episode, Captain Daly has misinterpreted the progressive message of the show that he admires. Sorry.
But it did remind me of what a great job Jesse Plemons did channeling Shatner.
I know.
Yes.
It was
I
Jesse
gonna
on
say
stage.
That too. I was like, oh God, he nailed it.
It's very difficult because we're proud of all of the shows within this season, and I suppose sometimes there's one particular film that really resonates with someone, or really just gets a gathering and a funness, and I think you just got to sometimes be led by your heart rather than a creative assessment.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because all of our, we call them films, and so they're all completely autonomous. And so it's a difficult one. It's difficult to choose, because it's like picking your favourite child, which is actually easy. But no, you're not allowed to say that.
We love all our children.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I hadn't thought of that, but I will be saying that later. Thank you. Netflix?
Oh, well.
Your call.
We would never say never.
No,
We'd never say never.
we would say yes.
We would say the opposite of never.
Forever.
Forever.